teacher Karina. Thanks a lot for showing us how these strategies are excellent to develop a bunch of abilities in any language.
Thank you, Miss. Well, our next lecturer is a distinguished student of our career who will take many of us down memory lane. Okay, in our first steps as trainee teachers. Do you remember? Yeah, your first years inside a classroom. He will describe his experience as well as the challenges, okay, at the school in which he is having his first teaching practice. Dear community, let's give a big welcome to Gabbs Contreras Zarate. Okay, can you hear me? Sorry, I'm very nervous. This is my first time. So, okay. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my presentation about my first school internship experience as a third-year student. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Gabbs Contreras Zarate. I'm 20 years old, and I identify as a non-binary person. And I'm studying to become an English teacher. And I went to Elena Bettini School in La Serena, where I was one of the few people that chose English as my elective. I also took summer classes at Chile Norteamericano Institute, where I fell in love with this wonderful language and made me realize how much I wanted to study something related to it. And finally, he's not here, but I'm also teacher Elvis Campos' assistant in Grammar 1. So, about the school. I know Miss Karina already told you something about the school, but the place I chose to do my internship was Arturo Prat Chacón, a public school located in Las Compañías, where I also live. And the school has grades from preschool to 8th grade. And it's one of the first public schools in Chile to use an innovative program called Imagined Learning. With this program, students can learn English while playing games which encourage skill practice according to their level. Okay, well, the main goal of this internship is to help me understand better the theories and practice of English teaching while observing classroom behavior, teaching techniques, and to interact with students. But most importantly, to make an activity with the class to identify my weaknesses and strengths. So my expectations. I was assigned first and second grade, and from my experience, I was expecting the teacher to speak not as much in English as in Spanish, but also I was expecting them to participate more than older students. And something that surprised me was that I didn't think they would acknowledge me outside of the classroom or show affection to me, and especially I wasn't expecting them to understand my gender identity yet because they are so young. Okay, first impressions. I know the person that is in the picture doesn't look like me, but I had to wear a wig if I wanted to do my internship. I know. I didn't want to dye my hair back to black. I don't like it. Okay, but here you can see me with Max, the classroom pet, and the teacher, and she's actually in the back, Miss Valentina. thank you so much for coming. He helps the teacher to maintain discipline and to show example of the activities. And the students love Max. They always ask, "Where is Max? Can I have him? Can I pet him, please?" It's amazing. I love him. Um, the student have a routine. Every class at the beginning, they sing two songs, the How Are You song and the Days of the Week. And it is a catchy song, so even I sing it in my house sometimes. And after they sing about different kinds of emotions, and they ask the teacher, Max, and me how we are feeling today. And they also sing the Days of the Week song, where they have to say out loud which day of the week is. And the teacher speaks mostly in English, even with the younger students, and they respond really well to this. The first impression that I got from the students was that I wasn't expecting them to show affection to me, but they did it since day one. The moment they learned my name, every time I was walking through the school, they were like, "Hi, Mr. Gab, hi, Mr. Gab," and gave me a hug every time, even if they had only knew me for one day. It's amazing. And I also got a drawing on my first day from a student, and I have it in my house, like in a special place. And another thing that I really liked was that the students, well, most of the students understood my gender identity right away. Last Monday, I was with first grade, and one of the students asked me, "Mr. Gabbs, are you a man?" Yeah, and I say, "No." "But are you a woman?" And I said, "No." And he was just staring at me like, "So what are you?" Uh, and I said, "Do you know what a non-binary person is?" And he said, "No." So I explained it to him that I wasn't a man nor a woman. And then he was like, "Okay, I get it." So he pointed at his classmates. They are all men. They are all women. And then he put his hands like this, and said, "You are, and you are neither of them." Okay, okay. And he was like, "Is that correct?" "Yes, I am neither of them." And then he just went to do something else, and I wasn't expecting him to be so understanding of something so complex for some adults. Okay, as I said earlier, I was assigned first and second grade, and in first grade A, there are 27 students from different backgrounds. And this class is interrupted by lunch. So they eat in the classroom, but don't lose the focus of the language because the teacher make them watch short animated videos in English, of course, and they really appreciate this. Although sometimes they want to watch them in Spanish, but the miss says no, only in English. Um, but after the school has a beautiful English lab, but first grade doesn't have full access to it yet. But they did a test on the Imagine Learning program last Monday, and they start to learn how to use computers. But they work really well in the classroom, and they are very participative. And the teacher also uses different types of attention grabbers to which the students respond nicely. One of them is where the teacher says, I have a little wand, and I put it in my pocket, and then we say whoop, and all the students raise their finger, and then they say magic, magic wand, shh, and they are all in silence. And here you can see an activity they did last week, I think. I don't remember well, but this is my family activity. They are learning a vocabulary about family, and I said to them that if they finish their activity, I will show all of their drawings to you, to very important people. I love that when talking about family, they also drew their pets, and most of the students did that, and I really liked it. Okay, second grade C. In the case of second grade, there are 37 students, and the class is divided in two parts: classroom work and English lab. Each student has their own profile and designated computer. And although the equipment is not in the best condition, the teacher always tries to give them other ways to work. And in this grade, they have a point-based system where they gain or lose hearts depending on their behavior. For example, if they gain a heart and they complete 10 hearts, each of them is going to receive a prize. But if they lose all their hearts, they won't go to the English lab in the next class. Yes. And for your reaction, this system is really effective. Really. If the teacher says, you are going to lose a heart, they are go silent, like complete silence. It's incredible. And here you can see the students in the classroom, and one of the activities that they did on my first week. Okay, now I wanted to talk about my first classroom activity, where I gave each student a paper with two people, and they are learning about clothes and colors. So my idea was to have them draw and color clothes on the figures, depending on what I said. For example, I said, for number one, you need to draw and color a green t-shirt. So they all did that, and they were really focused on that. They were silent, and they were like, "No, Mister, please wait. I need to make it perfect, please." Here you can see the students drawing, and some of them trying to show me their drawings. I'm waiting for my approval. Of course, I said that they were the best art I have ever seen. I had to blurry their faces because we don't know what can happen. But here you can see some of the drawings. They were amazing. They responded really well to activity, and they said that they had loved it. For example, for number one, I said you need to draw and color a pink dress. And one of the students said, "Oh, like Princess Peach from Mario." And I said, "Of course, like Princess Peach." And they went crazy because I mentioned something that they liked, and it was only a small thing, but they really appreciated that. So now, for what I learned from this experience. During the internship, to start, maintaining discipline is way more challenging than I had expected, and the teacher really needs to put limits. She's a very lovely person, but when she gets angry, she gets angry. And and I wasn't expecting the I was expecting to the maintaining of discipline to be that hard. I know they are the youngest students in the school, but it is really difficult, and I still can't do it. I just can't look at their faces and be like, I don't know, like, please just behave. I don't want to scream at you, please. But um, I also learned that as a teacher, you need to know how to use different tools to make the class interesting, especially the ones like PowerPoint, Word, and video making. Because a teacher's job is more than just giving classes. There is a whole work behind that. It's incredible, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will. I know I will. The most important thing that you need to know is that if the students feel safe, cared for, and respected in the classroom, they won't feel aversion towards English or any subject. Um, the teacher makes the students repeat these words: I'm smart, I'm in love, and I am number one, to make the students feel confident. And that is something that I haven't seen before. I'm sorry, Miss, but I'm going to copy you and I'm going to apply it when I'm a teacher. And finally, as I said at the beginning of the presentation, I learned that younger students are more understanding and respectful towards new identities like mine. And if you explain them with kind words and words they can understand, they will understand you, they will respect you. And that they are not like adults. Like they are new people, and they are the future and the present. So thanks for paying attention. And if you have any questions for me, if you want to ask something. Huh? How can I give them my email? Well, huh? Okay, my email is okay, but my email is Gabbs, Gabbs dot Contreras at userena.co. Okay, that's it. I hope you liked it.
Okay, so once again, let's give Gabbs a big round of applause, a very warm. It was challenging for everybody, I think, to start at our initial practice. Okay, so we are heading towards the end of today's seminar. It's been a pleasure to learn new practices and to share experiences with all of you.
Yeah, it has been great to hear everything you have to say. Now it's time to reward the passion you give to your profession. And I know that you're really passionate about it.